Hello and a warm welcome from the English West Midlands. We find ourselves at Molineux. I'm your match commentator, Derek Ray, and my partner, ready to bring you all the analysis and technical talk, is Stuart Robson. And we've got Premier League action coming right up. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers up against Aston Villa.
Thanks, Derek, as always. This should be a good game. Great atmosphere inside the stadium. We've got two teams full of quality, some interesting matchups, and two coaches that want to play an attractive brand of football. What more could you ask for?
The initial 11 for Wolves.
Well, they're playing with a 5-2-3, as we can see it here. But I think at times we'll see one of the centre-backs stepping forward into midfield, just to make sure they don't get outnumbered in that central area.
Here's how the lineup looks for Aston Villa. Emilio Martinez is the goalkeeper. Esri Konsa starts with Luca Digne in the full-back positions. Douglas Luiz plays alongside Boubacar Kamara in the centre of midfield. And so many different ways to configure an attack. In this case, it'll be two men up front.
Molineux Stadium. Enjoy the game.
And the match begins. Douglas Luiz. And he keeps going. Diaby. Well, that's how to do it inside your own penalty area. An attack full of promise. Well, a classic example of how to intercept. Diaby. Well, Moussa Diaby has that unstoppable combination of pace and skill. What do you expect to see from him today?
Well, Derek, over the years he's scored so many goals. It's his ability to come short and then spin in behind defenders at such pace. When the ball's played in behind, nobody catches him, and he often
gets... Oh, they could be in here, Stuart. And there it is. But hang on, the flag has gone up, and it's not going to count.
Well, it was a close call, but he is just offside. Good finish, mind you.
That's a lovely ball. Aston Villa regaining possession. Boubacar Kamara. Diaby. It's with Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz. So now a corner. It's a short one. Cash. Kamara. On to Diego Carlos. Watkins. Well, no way through. Pedro Neto. Diaby. Determined defending. Mateus Cunha. Well, let's see what they have in store for them on the break. The fans are shouting, shoot! Oh, good defending to stop a decent-looking attack. Good piece of closing down. Boubacar Kamara. On to Diaby. An alert intervention. Mateus Cunha. And he takes it on. Oh, keeper dealt with it. Trying to pick out a teammate. Not away completely. Lemina. Well, the attacking options appear plentiful. Well, it came to nothing in the end. Really good attacking play. Douglas Luiz. Just made sure nothing came of that. John McGinn. A glorious chance. Oh, that surely had to go in, but marvellous defending. And the short option preferred. Oh, a goal! There it is! And the crowd stunned into silence.
Well, here's the replay and confirmation that he did get a touch on the ball. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to prevent the goal. Well, just look at the reaction of Unai Emery. That could prove to be a massive goal in this game.
So the match has restarted. 1-0 here. Well, he stopped them in their tracks. McGinn. Watkins. McGinn. Douglas Luiz. Must score! And the keeper in position to grab hold of it. Lemina. And quick thinking defensively. Lucadinha. Boubacar Kamara. And Cash with it. Konsa. Cash. Wolves doing well to regain possession.
Will not be tolerated in the stadium. Thank you.
Mateus Cunha. Sloppy in possession from Wolves. John McGinn. Could play it in. He'll be delighted to have won the ball, having made that difficult challenge. Mateus Cunha. Cunha. On to Hwang. No, high quality defending. This attack looks highly promising. Cunha. The fans want to see a shot. And a good-looking ball. And he's clear as lines. Well, a shame that he couldn't find the target from there. Lemina. Nouri. Cunha. And tidy defensive play. So nearing the half-time interval, and I think it's fair to say Wolves with a bit of work to do. Stuart, what have you made of their performance in the first half?
Well, it's been a fairly even first half so far, but they haven't shown enough creativity, particularly in midfield, where there's been too many negative passes. If they can get the ball into the front areas that little bit quicker, I think they'll get back into this.
Well, there's a really stylish piece of running. And good use of advantage. The referee, after the foul, a chance to contemplate what is next, and perhaps a goal from this free kick. Nicely blocked. And you've got to say, not the best of volleys that time.
Yeah, it was certainly there to hit, but he just couldn't make the right contact. It was well wide in the end.
Boubacar Kamara. Being pressed here. Cunha. And strong play here. Mateus Cunha. And fine goalkeeping.
Well, can they draw level here? The crowd certainly think so.
Delivering it. Could still be dangerous. That is a very fine challenge in difficult circumstances. Diaby. Aston Villa struggling to keep the ball. And 3 minutes of stoppage time to be added on. Diaby. It's with Douglas Luiz. Well, there was impending danger, but good defending. Hwang Hee-chan. And here's Cunha. Lemina. That's a good-looking ball. It's still alive and holding on to it at the second time of asking. And there it is, the referee's whistle. We've reached the halfway point here at Molineux. You certainly have got to give this man high marks for his work up to this point, Stuart.
Well, I thought he had a really effective first half. Not only did he get the goal that gave them the lead, but his general play was really good. He was a constant threat, and I'm sure we'll see more of him in the second half.
And they kick off here. And there it is. But hang on, the flag has gone up, and it's not going to... So now a corner. Mateus Cunha. And he takes it on. Oh, keeper dealt with it. A glorious chance. Oh, that surely had to go in, but marvellous. Oh, a goal! There it is, and the crowd stunned into silence. And strong play here. And fine goalkeeping.
Well, can they draw level here? The crowd certainly think so.
So the second half is underway, and certainly work to do for Wolves. And options in the centre. Moving forward effectively. Diaby. Well, nothing for them to worry about in the end. Good defending. And Wolves in a position of menace. But nothing comes of it. Diaby. Ollie Watkins. And Cash with it. Diaby. Passing it accurately. Interception to snuff out the danger. Must be! And what a magical save it was! Well, they are committed to making the substitution here. Let's see about the delivery. Good clearance. And able to close down the shot. And it's going to be a Villa throw. Ollie Watkins. Here is Digne. In position here to protect the ball. Well, misfiring without any shadow of a doubt.
Well, Aston Villa have had all the ball in the last 15 minutes, and their attacking play has been excellent. Surely only a matter of time before...
Can he finish? And the goalkeeper has outdone himself with that save. Over it comes. And he succeeds in scraping it off the line. And another corner, hot on the heels of the last one. Going short. Makes his way in field. Can he finish? And still a chance. And the move breaks down. And Villa with the ball again. Well, possibilities in the centre. Perhaps they can counter from here. Can they use their pace? Lemina. Cunha. Well, the fans perhaps entitled to think that that effort should have been better.
Well, how did he not score there? That's a poor finish, I have to say.
He read the situation defensively and did his job. And into the last 30 minutes now. Ollie Watkins. Well, not quite what he wanted to do with the pass. McGinn. Here is Digne, and showing the importance of width. Well, nothing comes of it. It looked promising. This might be the perfect counter-attacking opportunity. Mateus Cunha. Well, but it stopped a promising attack in its tracks, and you wouldn't be surprised if there's a card coming out here. And a yellow card for that, Stuart.
And he's going to have to be careful now. That was a silly challenge.
Now they're going to alter things. Here's the substitution. What a goal it was!
Well, let's see this again, because that's a fantastic bit of technique. To get that much movement and accuracy on the strike needs the perfect contact on the ball, and he's certainly got that. What a free kick that is.
So back underway following the equaliser. Nicolo Zaniolo. It's with Camara. Leon Bailey. And with that, the attack fizzles out. Well, making considerable progress with the ball. Could play it in. Has eyes for goal. Ideal for the goalkeeper, for any keeper. Konsa. Here's Bailey. Bailey. It's with Camara. Douglas Luiz. Now looking dangerous here. He could pick out a teammate. Now will they be able to play it in behind the defence? And just like that, they don't have the ball anymore. Nouri. Ryan Ait-Nouri. Plenty of players waiting in the middle. Sends it back. And hit with ferocity. It was close, but not quite good enough. So a personnel change then. Watkins. Nicolo Zaniolo. Here's Bailey. Really bright looking attack. But a good piece of tidying up. 15 minutes left for play. Sarabia. Well, a textbook interception. And the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack. And passing it through. Oh, keeper dealt with it. Short corner taken. Douglas Luiz. Can he finish? Always going to be the goalkeeper's ball. Efficient play to hold on to the ball and wait for teammates to get there. Cleared away. Well, the referee not too happy with the challenge and blows for a free kick. Look at Digne. They're certainly allowing their opponents to come onto them. Leon Bailey. The move looks promising. A goal here surely would finish it. Bailey couldn't get it through. Now can they counter clinically? Can they make it count? But they dealt with the threat posed. Nicolo Zaniolo. Douglas Luiz. And that's an important intervention. Craig Dawson. Under pressure here.
Well, what a final few minutes we have here. And the fans are certainly playing their part. But can they take one of these chances that come their way and win this game?
Well, it looked highly promising, but they got nothing out of it. Nicolo Zaniolo. Here's Tielemans. And does well to keep it in play. Douglas Luiz. A super tackle and they've won possession. Can they nudge in front late on here? Must take the lead here. Couldn't grab hold of it. Clears it away. Really fine play to keep possession. Possession one. Bailey. And defensive play to be applauded. A really effective shielding under pressure. Well, he tried to put everything into the shot, but couldn't find the target. Both managers deciding this is the time to change things around. Both teams going to the bench. Lemina. And here's Cunha. It's not lost on them what a goal could mean at this late stage. Can they hit on the break? And threading it through. A goal! They've done it on the rivals' home patch. Will that be the decider?
Well, let's look at this again. To pick out this pass shows wonderful vision. It's inch perfect, and he makes the finish look so easy. What a good goal that is. Well, that reaction says it all. That's such an important goal in this game.
So the ball is rolling again. 2-1 the scoreline. And there goes the final whistle. And fans of Wolverhampton Wanderers probably aren't going to be in the best mood after this. But today they have to accept defeat.
Well, Derek, certainly not their best performance, was it? Just a little bit off the pace for me, and obviously a disappointing result. But the key thing is they bounce back now and they can't afford a repeat performance.
Well, this man has given us plenty of reasons to dwell on his performance, hasn't he, Stuart?
Well, he's the match winner, and deservedly so. He was outstanding today. He's great to watch when he's in this sort of form.
And there it is! But hang on, the flag has gone up, and it's not going to come. Mateus Cunha. And he takes it on. Oh, keeper dealt with it. Oh, a goal! There it is! And the crowd stunned into silence. And strong play here. And fine goalkeeping.
Well, can they draw level here? The crowd certainly think so.
Interception to snuff out the danger. Well, they are committed to making the substitution here. And the goalkeeper has outdone himself with that save. And that is a free kick artist at work. What a goal it was. And passing it through. Goalkeeper dealt with it. And threading it through. A goal! They've done it on the rivals' home patch. Will that be the decider?